Hello and welcome back to Solo Board Gaming presents Gorbachev, The Fall of Communism from Ben Madison and White Dog Games. We're in 1988, our fourth year of the campaign. What's going to happen? We're going to complete our playthrough in this video. Let's go. Hello. So we're going to complete our playthrough this time because we've been through most of the rules. We've covered all the explanations. We've done the full overview, which was at least half of the first video. And we started to play. As I said, we're in 1988. We've got this year and 3 more years to go if we make it that far. We're doing quite well, but the first thing I must point out is the error I made towards the end of the last video. And that was over here on Russia track. One of the last things I did, I placed a -1 Niet demonstration marker here, where on the same track there was already a +1 Da demonstration marker there. That can't happen. If there's a +1 and we want to place a -1, they cancel each other out, and Vicky Verka, and both of them come off the track. You can't have 2 demonstration dice roll modifiers on a single track, so they come off the track. So that's a mistake I spotted after I'd posted the video, unfortunately. But we are more or less okay. We've got Ronald Reagan still President of the United States at the beginning of 1988. There will be an election at the end of this year. I think our threat, if anywhere at the moment, is coming from the Russia track, which is only a couple of moves away from Moscow, and also the very strong Baltics track, which equally is only a couple of steps away from Moscow. But our Warsaw Pact allies are still all intact, with the Brezhnev doctrine still in place. And that's where we are. We've still got our forces in Afghanistan. We have had the Stinger event, which means that forces are now under pressure in Afghanistan, and we're covering up the stop symbol. We've moved them across, which means we've released the green go symbol. So it is possible now, if we needed more efforts, to pull forces out of Afghanistan. But we'll see how that goes. We've reached no arms treaties yet. The DDR is also still intact. We've had 1 defection to the opposition in the Politburo, but that may now form a catalyst to others starting to defect and form a coalition against our reforms. So without further ado, let's go. Let's draw our next card. Okay. I cannot betray my principles. This is Nina Andreeva, a Leningrad science teacher who wrote a scathing attack on Gorbachev's lack of communist ideals and patriotism. First thing we do is move the time marker. We're moving into spring of 1988. And now we invoke the Nina Andreeva affair. See Rule 7.1. Let me just remind myself about that. Yeah, this is a real strange one. It's symbolic of how distrust of the Gorby reforms were growing inside the CPSU, the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. So we have to invoke the Nina Andreeva affair. And what that means is we move the CPSU marker one closer towards Moscow. Dun, 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 dun. And that earns us one immediate effort, which we must use straight away to try and push the marker back. So we got to roll a 4 or more to push that marker back. No, we've rolled a 1. So because we failed to push the marker back, it advances another 1. Oh gosh, you see how that how the change on this track can happen very, very suddenly. We earn 1 more effort, and again we must immediately use it to try and push it back 4 or more. And we've got a 5. We've done it, okay, we pushed it back 1. So that finishes the Nina Andreeva affair. Thank goodness, because that can go on and snowball. It only needed a couple more to actually start a coup. But overall, it has advanced to track 1. Okay, next thing in line is we have no efforts. No efforts for this turn, except for the G2, the Gorby 2. There he is, he's still there. So we can use the Gorby 2. I think it goes without saying that can't push Russia track back because Yeltsin's blocking. This could go back 1. We now have Ligachev on the CPSU track, but it can go back that far, so that's a possibility. I'm looking at these tracks down here as well, 5-year plan. Military might. Okay, we have 2 efforts. One of them's going to go on that. I'm going to try and roll a 5 or more. Ah, a 2. That's no good. Okay, that's wasted one of the efforts. I'm not going to waste an effort on that. Because of the -1, only a 6 will work. Let's try. 2. No good. We need to raise more efforts. What I can do, and one of the simplest ones, is to invoke the assistance of the KGB. And there's Vladimir Putin's face on the KGB. He was only a relatively minor official in the KGB at this time, I think, wasn't he, in Leningrad at this time, as was then? Okay, so we spend one of our 3 KGB markers. Now, promiscuous use of the KGB was frowned upon. Yes, it really was, within the political circles of the Soviet Union. However, we have used him. He's going to give us 1 extra effort. The thing is, 1 of the Politburo going to opposition because we've used the KGB effort. But okay, let's try and use that effort. We will again try and roll that 6 to push the Baltics back. No, we got a 1. Oh dear. Okay. More efforts. I think what we can do, one of the easiest ways, is we've been talking to President Reagan. We've been getting on fairly well with him, have we and Gorby. So we've finally agreed to that arms deal. We're going to withdraw some nukes out of Eastern Europe, out of the Warsaw Pact countries. But how will that affect us? It depends on a die roll. Let's have a look. Withdraw Warsaw Pact troops. The arms control table tells us how many points we can earn, free efforts on a die roll. A 1 or 2, and it's useless. But 3 to 6 does earn us some free. Oh, we got a 3. Okay, not brilliant. We rolled a 3. Oh, got rid of those nukes. 1 free effort. Do I keep wasting them on the Baltics? I'm going to try again. I'm still going to try and roll that 6. Oh, 1 again. Ah, not good. Okay, stop there. Stop there. That's the end of the turn. Opposition building in the Politburo. The last one as a result of us invoking the KGB. Turn over our next card. Move the timer. It's now summer. Anti-Stalin campaign. Talk of Stalin and Stalinism was long banned as divisive. Gorby stirred up a hornet's nest in 87, releasing banned films and books. We've moved the timer. Gorbachev, let's see if he's going to go walkies. 5 he is. Okay, we put him in the Gorby Mania box. Now, actually, I'm going to use that. I'm going to use the fact that he's away from Moscow to clamp down on demonstrations. Now, Gorby would tend to allow a certain amount of freedom and allows a certain amount of self-expression and allow demonstrations to take place. He's out of the way. We're going to clamp down. Now, that means we can remove demonstration, protest markers wherever they are, but they've all got to come off the board. For instance, if we had +1s on there, we can't say, oh, well, I'll leave those on. So it's either remove all demonstrations or leave them. Take advantage of that now. I'm going to remove that from Moscow. And the thorn in our side, I'm going to remove that from the Baltic Path. Okay, so that's what we've done. However, the next one is demonstration. So we're still going to end up with one somewhere. Let's take a look. Let's plop that there. What path, first of all? It's on path number 6. And as we know now, that's Moscow, and it's always a minus. Okay. Niet for a Moscow demonstration. Now, okay. It almost seems counterproductive, the fact that we've put a demonstration marker straight back there. The Politburo aren't that strong after all. They can't clamp down on all demonstrations. But really, the purpose of removing the demonstrations was to remove that one. I needed that one out of the way because otherwise this people marker here becomes almost impossible to push back. And at least we've done that. We've now got to draw disaster. There's only a couple left in here. And it's minus strike. It's minus strike once more. Now, if you remember, that affects Russia and the 5-year plan. So Russia, well, let's do the 5-year plan first. 5-year plan moves down one because it hurts the economy. They're all in a line now. But in general, we've sort of got control of these state assets. Now, the next one is Moscow moves down one. But does it? Because we've got a Pravda media there, look. So we have to roll beneath that 4, 1, 2 or 3, and it stops the Russia people marker moving forward. Let's have a look. Yeah, we rolled a 2. So for now, again, that has stopped the Russia marker moving forward. Excellent. Russia marker moves down 1. So we've got to try again. 1, 2 or 3 and it'll stop it. It's a 2, so it stops it. The Baltics moves down. Oh dear. Oh dear, they're on the move again. The Caucasus. The CPSU. Media and culture. Media and culture, we've moved on to the Pravda space again. So we can take a Pravda marker and place it where? I think it's going to look, CPSU's nearly here. In fact, so's the Baltics. Okay, the Pravda marker will place it there. Now, the good thing is we get 4 efforts plus G2, but we can't use G2 because he's not at home. He's off on his travels. So we've got 4 efforts. Where are we going to use those 4 efforts. We have to try here, don't we? Because now at least that demonstration marker is gone, so it's 5 or more. First effort, it's a 2. That's no good. Second effort, it's a 5. Move that back 1. I'm happy with that. Okay, so at least it's pushing them back a little bit. We've got 2 more efforts. Yes, media and culture. Let's go, because we need to roll a 3. Let's try and push that back. Oh, no, we got a 1. And 1 more effort. Oh, it's a 1 again. Fails, and that's all our efforts gone. Right, we need more efforts. Do we use the KGB again? No. More arms talks. We could withdraw forces from Afghanistan. I didn't want to do that yet, not while President Reagan is in power. The reason for that, by the way, if you have a look, President Reagan has a number 2 on his, let's just show that, there we go. President Reagan has a number 2 on his chit, like so. And that means that our military might marker, if we withdraw troops, would have to move down 2 on the track, right down to here. And that's not much fun. So at the moment, I don't want to do that. We could go, move that minus strike 1. Forgot that. We could go, okay, arms treaty again. Let's continue with our arms treaty talks. And let's roll a dice and see what we can get for it this time. As regards efforts. Roll a dice, need a 3 again. 1 effort. Not happy with that. Okay, 1 effort. Let's try that media and culture. Let's see what happens. We need to roll a 3 or more. 1! That thing just will not move. And we're out of efforts. KGB. Okay, 1 more time. We'll invoke the good old KGB. We know it's going to be frowned upon, but we need that effort for doing so. Thank you, Mr. Putin. Let's put you to one side. Must remember, it also moves, it grows our opposition. But we've got that 1 effort, media and culture again. Come on, I only need a 3 or more. And we've got a 6. Okay, there you go. That's moved them back. That's sort of, I don't know, for me, that sort of stabilised that now. Still see my threat coming from the Communist Party and from the Baltics. Okay. And the next turn. See how these turns go pretty quick, really. Crisis in Karabakh. Ethnic Armenian county in the Azerbaijan SSR. Karabakh voted in February 88 to join the Armenian SSR instead. Muslim Azeris reacted with weeks of violence, driving tens of thousands of Christian Armenians from their homes, killing at least 31. Okay. So, replace the Caucasus marker with its strong 5 version. Ouch. We can see from here when we replace the Baltic one that swapping them to their stronger version, it starts getting really hard to push them back. But there we go. Out goes the number 4 and in comes the number 5. That threat is only going to grow now. Next thing, demonstration. Let's see where the demonstrations are going to take place. Number 3. And it's going to be, okay, that makes a change on the Central Asia track. And let's see which box. A 2, so that's a minus, that's niet in that box there. Okay, and now massacre is the next. Just keep following the card instructions. So let's draw our massacre disc token. Alma-Ata. Massacre in Alma-Ata, Central Asia. So the Central Asia, just See that there? The Central Asia track moves down 1. Now, all of a sudden, and these things happen really quickly, this nice quiet area is moving up, and there are demonstrations taking place. So the pressure is starting to build on us now. Okay, let's go through it one by one. Russia down 1. Is the Pravda media going to help keep them back like I did last time? I need a 1, 2 or 3. You've got to roll below that number. It's a 4. They have failed. Now, oh dear. So we lose that. The Russian marker moves up 1. And because the state organ couldn't keep back that people pressure, we lose another Politburo member to the opposition. All of a sudden now, there are 4 Politburo members in opposition. From nothing to 4 in a fairly short space of time. The Caucasus, which are now stronger, they go down 1. So, oh, here we go again. Central Asia moves in 1. This is a strong event card. 5-year plan. Oh, so frustrating. Moves down 1. This is where you've got to keep at them, keep at them. Military might, didn't want that to happen. That moves down 1. Okay. Whoa, and all we get for that is 2 efforts and G2. We don't have a G2, as we know. Did I roll for Gorby this time? Look, I don't know right now whether I rolled for Gorby. I may have made an error. I can't remember whether I moved him there on this turn or at the beginning of the previous turn, in which case he should be back in here. That might have been an error. But nevertheless, from what I can see now, there he is. Therefore, I'm not going to receive his efforts. I'm just going to get 2 efforts. Okay, 2 efforts. I am really running out of options. Okay, first of my 2 efforts, let's try and push back Central Asia. 3 or more. It's a 4. So Central Asia track. See, they're still only on strength 3, so they're relatively easy to push back. 1 more effort. I'm going to try and push back the Russia track. 3 or more. And it's a 6. Push back the Russia track up to as far as Mr. Yeltsin. He can't go any further than that. Okay, that's where we'll leave it. That's the end of that turn. And I've looked back at the video and realised I had made an error on that last card. I didn't look at Gorby's position like I should have done, and I didn't advance the time marker. I should have advanced it to the autumn, like so. I won't move Gorby back because we're going to cover that again very soon anyway. But that time marker is so important, it would have thrown the cards out of sync. So let's go. We've now corrected that. And what's going to happen now is we're about to move into 1989. We bring down this next set of cards for 1989. And these disasters that were on that set of cards now goes in the disasters cup. Like so. We turn over the first card. And the first thing we do is move the clock to winter. And that's when we move the year marker, confirming we're in 1989. And the first thing we're going to do is check Gorby. Gorby is in Gorby Mania. He's going to move back. Thank goodness for that. We're going to need all his efforts now into the support box. And before we go too much further, I must remember we forgot back in the last turn. That last turn card caused me a whole lot of trouble. We forgot in the last turn to check out the US presidential election. I mean, hey, back in the 1988 space there, it's got the American bald eagle, and they're the same emblem to remind me. And I still forgot, despite talking about it last time. Let's do that election now. Basically, Mr. Bush is going to become President Bush unless I roll a 6, in which case it'll be Dukakis. And what did I roll? I rolled a 6! I really did. I rolled that 6. I don't know if it was caught on camera, but I rolled a 6. We've got to go with it. Okay, so President Reagan goes out. Thank you very much for all the laughs. And now, POTUS Dukakis. Wow. Okay. So we're up with it. The next thing then is loyal communists. Now, this isn't going to take effect because basically loyal communists, the counter for that will only go on the map. Let's just show you the chit. There it is. It's really nice, actually. Loyal communists would only go on the map on the Central Asian track if the people marker was way back in the number 9 position. We would then put loyal communists on there, and they would give us perpetual die modifiers for this track. Because basically, and actually as it says in the flavour text here, the Central Asian republics only took a minimal role in this whole period, and that's basically because, there we go, communist leaders appointed by Gorbachev, the strong leaders, stayed in office after the USSR collapsed and basically ruled these areas with an iron fist, places like Turkmenistan and Uzbekistan and things like that. So it's not there, that marker, so that loyal communists does not come into play. Disaster, disaster. In other words, we've got to draw 2. Let's have a look. Things really hot up now. So take the disasters cup. First disaster out is random revolution. Ouch. A random revolution. 1989 onwards, that shit is valid. So a random revolution now. Okay, so that's where we go over to our Warsaw Pact countries, and each one has a symbol of a die on it. We roll our die, roll our dice, and we roll the number 6. Rolling 6s. Wow, okay. And the Warsaw Pact country with the number 6 on it is Romania. There's been a revolution in Romania. Hey, how prophetic is that? 1989, revolution in Romania. Now, that's going to give us 4 efforts, but it's also going to move down the media track and the Baltics track. The Baltics have seen that as quite an encouraging thing. And that track moves down 1, very dangerous now, as does media. That moves down 1, but look onto the Pravda box, so we get another Pravda token. So I'm just going to keep that here to remind me. Where's Romania? Oh, here it is. So I'm just going to keep that there for a moment. Another disaster. Okay, the second disaster comes out the cup. This is not a good period for us, and oh! Fall of the Berlin Wall. Wow. Okay, fall of the Berlin Wall. Disaster. So, fall of the Berlin Wall. We remove, if you look over here now on the DDR, we remove the Berlin Wall marker. Now, that means that restrictions are lifted as regards the ability to remove troops from the DDR. So that's the effect of that one. Wow. Oh, in fact, I've just remembered I can put the Romania marker back as well, because we felt its effects, and because it was drawn as a disaster and we didn't voluntarily allow these guys to go their own way, we don't get those 4 efforts. We just suffer the consequences, which was Media and Baltics, which we've already done. So that was a heck of a hit. Now look, the next one is Baltics again. I knew this was going to be a tough one. Baltics is going to want to move down to that square. Can Pravda, the state propaganda organ, stop it happening? We've got to roll below that, so only a 1 or 2 is going to help. And we've rolled a 5, it hasn't helped. And because Pravda has, if you like, been defeated, again, we have another defection from our loyal supporters. Let's move Pugo, as he was, in fact, one of the band of 8. We'll move him to the opposition. Like so. Wow. Okay. And that's because Pravda, the state organ, was defeated. Caucasus. Again, a strong one. Look at these. Now we are under a lot of pressure now. 5-year plan, though, goes up. Media and culture goes up. We get 2 efforts plus G2, and there he is. So we do get his 2 efforts. Total of 4 efforts for this turn. Whoa. We're going to need some efforting, if you like. Okay, first, come on, we've got to try and push back the Baltics. 4 efforts. First one, it's a 1, no good. Second one, it's a 3, no good. We need a 5 or a 6. Third one, it's a 1, no good. Fourth one, it's a 5. Oh, on the last one, we've just pushed it back 1. But we have a ton of pressure here. We're going to need some. And actually, okay, let's earn ourselves some extra efforts. We can announce the withdrawal of the 40th Army from Afghanistan. And this is what I was waiting for. The reason we can do that now is because we have Dukakis in power, and his influence on our military is 0. So we're not going to get the loss of yet more military might with Dukakis in power. We'll withdraw our forces from Afghanistan, and we get that 3 there, 3 extra efforts. Okay, what should we do with extra efforts? I'm going to have to spend them here. Let's try Caucasus. We need a 5 or a 6. We got a 1. 2 more efforts. We got a 3. No good. 1 more effort. A 5. We got a 5. So Caucasus goes back. Whoa. Okay. That's it for now. And that's the end of our turn. I'm glad we pushed back the Baltics, because if they'd have ended a turn in that box, the one with the X on it, another politician would have defected to the opposition. Okay, next card. The Sinatra Doctrine. Okay, this could help. Anyway, first of all, mustn't forget, move the turn marker. We're in spring. The Sinatra Doctrine. Replace Brezhnev with Sinatra. So, finally, the old warhorse comes out of the Brezhnev Doctrine box and goes away, replaced by what was called afterwards the Sinatra Doctrine. I like this. I didn't know that, actually, that nickname was given to it. Basically, it now gives the Warsaw Pact countries freedom to go their own way if that's what they want to do. They did it their way, if you like, and that's why it's called the Sinatra Doctrine. So he now goes in that box, like so. Gorby, we mustn't forget Gorby. He's here. Let's roll for Gorby. 5 or 6 and he moves, and we roll a 4, so he stays where he is. Demonstration. Let's roll for demonstration track, and we've rolled a 4. So the demonstration is, it's over here, isn't it? Yeah, CPSU. Okay, so let's see which box on the CPSU track. Box number 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's good. That's a da. That's a demonstration in our favour, like so, with a +1 die roll modifier. So we'll stick that there. Massacre. We draw a massacre. What's going on in the various republics? Are they calm? Sumgat. Caucasus comes down 1. This is going to be constant problems now, Caucasus and Baltics. There we go. That was massacre, and now disaster. Random revolution. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's roll that die. It's a 4. And the country with a 4 symbol on it is Hungary. You can go your own way. Okay, Hungary. Sorry about that. Hungary. Oh no! 5-year plan comes down 2 moves. One, 2. You see how quickly this can shift now. Not good. Okay, Hungary has had a revolution. Baltics down 1. Ouch. Caucasus down 1. Ouch. Military might down 1. Ouch. No efforts except for G2. Gorby. Gorby, come on Gorby. Gorby gives a speech and we get 2 efforts. Gorby's promise to let the captive states of Eastern Europe do it their way led to a wave of elections and revolts in late 89 that basically ended the Warsaw Pact. Time magazine flattered Gorbachev as the Copernicus, Darwin and Freud of communism. Okay. Oh dear, that hurts. So we've only got 2 efforts. Otherwise we're going to have shocking consequences. Baltics, let's go. 5 or more. 3. Baltics again, 5 or more. 2. No efforts left. Don't panic. Don't panic. Let's withdraw the Central Group of Forces, the 28th Corps, from Eastern Europe for 2 more efforts. We're looking very, very shaky. So 2 more efforts. I'm going to go for Baltics again. A 2. 1 more. A 5. Okay, Baltics goes back. Can we get the Caucasus back? I daren't withdraw anymore yet, and no, we'll stay as we are. End of turn. Caucasus is in the X box, the last box, so 1 more defection. Ryzhkov. This is looking bad now. If there's a coup attempt now, this is looking bad. Okay. Next one. Move the time marker. We're now in summer. Gorby. Roll for Gorby. No, he's staying where he is. Replace the Russia marker with its stronger 4 version. No. There's the stronger 4 version. Replacing our number 3. Demonstration. Let's see where that's going to be. Number 6. That's negated by the fact that you've already got one there. That's the end of that. Massacre. There's a lot of violence and strife and protest throughout all the republics now at this time. Tbilisi. Massacre in Tbilisi, Caucasus. Oh! Dun, dun, dun. Coup attempt. Okay, a coup attempt has been triggered by the Caucasus. We've been unable to keep them back. We've depleted forces around the world. We're drawing them back to Moscow. We've used KGB on a couple of occasions. We've got the Warsaw Pact slowly falling apart through revolution. But the important thing is there's a coup attempt in Moscow right now. This is where we have to roll for the first time in the game 2 dice. We're going to roll 2 dice. We sum the 2 dice, and if the total is equal to or less than the number of politicians in the opposition box, the coup succeeds. If we roll higher than the number of politicians in the opposition box, the coup will fizzle out. So basically, to survive this, we need to roll higher than 6 with 2 dice. Let's go. I'm going to roll them. Let's do it this way. 7. 7 is rolled. That's higher. So we've survived the coup attempt and that pushback into that box there. And a result of that, the Politburo members in the opposition box get stronger. And another one moves over to the opposition. Gorby isn't left with a lot of support now. Wow. Meanwhile, Central Asia moves down. There we go. 5-year plan moves down. But we get 5 efforts plus Gorby 2. A total of 7 efforts. Now, come on, we've got to do something good with these. 5 plus 2, 7 efforts. What do we do with 7 efforts? Got to push these guys back, and I've got to push this 5-year plan back, because if we get any more defections, it's basically game over. I can't possibly defeat the next coup. So let's try here first. Let's push the 5-year plan back. I need a 2 or more to push the plan back. Got a 5. I'm going to do it once more. Roll a 2. And I roll a 6. Okay. 5 efforts left. I'm going to push military might back. I need a 3 or more. Oops, keep moving my map. And I've got a 6. Okay, so I'm stabilising this area here. Next important one then is Caucasus. 4 efforts left. 5 or more. What was that? A 6. Push that back. Media and culture. Need a 4 or more. 3 efforts left. A 2, that's no good. 2 efforts left. A 5, that's pushed it back. And I'm going to try one more. I'm going to roll a 5 or more. And I rolled a 6. I rolled a 6. Media and culture goes back and rotates, because that's going to give us the potential for a bonus. Oh, okay. Okay. So that was a huge effort. It was 7 efforts. Do I gain any more efforts? Let's keep it like that. End of turn. Any of the X's being covered? No, thank goodness, because we pushed them back. No, because we pushed it back. So no more defections just yet. I'm going to cash in this bonus here by unrotating it like so. And by unrotating it and cashing in that bonus, we get ourselves our first state media bonus. See, now this is a little television. That's really nice. That's an old analog television set with the 2 big dials there. And that's a Russian news channel, Vremya, something like that, not pronouncing it very well. But this media chit can go on any path, and it allows us to modify any die roll taking place on that path by 1 pip up or down. So, Baltics. I'm going to use that state media television on the Caucasus path. Okay. Oh, this is the last card in the 1989 Raisa Gorbacheva. Move the timer so we're in autumn. Where's Gorby? He's still here. Oh, don't move out now, Gorby. Don't move out now. 4, no, he's staying where he is. Massacre. There's not many of these left, thank goodness. But there's a lot of them, isn't there? Vilnius. No. Massacre in Vilnius. So the Baltics moves down 1. There it is. Always a danger, these guys, these 2 paths here. That's not good. Russia moves down 1. Caucasus moves to, oh look, here we go. Caucasus moves down 1. And military might moves down 1. And now we just get 1 effort plus Gorby, total of 3 efforts. Total of 3 efforts. Okay, well, certainly, 100%, I am going to have to use those 3 efforts on these people markers here. First of all, Caucasus, let's go. I need to roll a 5 or more, but Vremya, the media channel on the TV, should help me, hopefully. 5 or more. I rolled a 1. That's not going to help me, so I'm not going to use it. Let's try it again. We've got 2 efforts left. 1 again. We've got 1 effort left. And we've rolled a 6. We're going to push that back. We still haven't used our Vremya marker. So we pushed it back. We've now got to try and push the Baltics back. Where am I going to get? I could get more efforts from the Warsaw Pact. Sinatra Doctrine, allowing them to go their way, but there's always a consequence. We'll choose Bulgaria. We'll allow them to do it their way. It's going to move media down by 1. Okay, that's fine. CPSU down by 1. And can we resist that? Let's just try and resist that with Pravda. I've got to roll. This isn't going to work, is it? I've got to roll below 3, which is 1 or 2. But there's a minus. Oh, no, it's not. No, it's not. That's only for the Moscow track. So 1 or 2. And I rolled a 1. We rolled a 1. So we prevented the CPSU from moving down. That's fine. And we now get 3 efforts for doing that. So with our 3 efforts, we're going to try and move Baltics back. 5 or more. 2. Another one. 5. We've moved Baltics back. 1 more effort we've got. Let's try this one. 5 or more. 4. And now we'll use Vremya, our little television here, to change it by 1 pip up to 5 and push it back. And we've used that token. Oh, some good decisions there, I think. I'm quite happy with that. And there's no more defections. We managed to keep them off the Xboxes. Okay, and we're into our last set of cards. And we draw that card. We move the season to winter. We move the year up to 1990. This is the furthest I've got in 3 games. 28th Congress of the CPSU. July 1990. Gorbachev purged the Politburo, steering the party majority towards capitalist economics, and renounced the one-party state. My gosh, suicidal, that guy. Okay, first of all, Gorbachev, where's he going to go? There he is. If we roll a 5 or 6, he's going to move out of Moscow. We rolled a 2, so he's going to stay there. Replace the CPSU marker? No, with its stronger 5 version. There's the stronger 5 version. There it is. But we've survived this far. Good grief. Power struggles. Ligachev and Yeltsin both make bids for power. And the next section on this card is power struggles. Ligachev and Yeltsin both make bids for power. There they are. There's Yeltsin on the Russia Republic box. Here's Ligachev on the CPSU box. Now, there's 2 parts to it. First of all, Ligachev's challenge. Roll a dice. Oh dear. Okay. Let's roll the dice. And we rolled a 6. If we'd have rolled a 1 or 2, we move the Ligachev marker to the box currently occupied by the CPSU, which means that the CPSU has got stronger and you can't push them back beyond Ligachev. Remember? Any other results, we remove Ligachev from the game. And it says at the 28th Party Congress, it's great how all this fits together. At the 28th Party Congress, Ligachev tried to win back his post as party deputy leader. The party rejected him and he retired. Ligachev, you didn't make it, son. Off you go. Let's put him over there. Similar thing. Now it's Yeltsin's turn. Does Yeltsin get defeated in Russia's parliament? On a 1 to 4, he's elected and he simply stays where he is. On a 5 or 6, he's defeated. Let's go. It's a 2. He stays where he is. No other game effect. Okay. So that was a bit of a power struggle there. And Yeltsin is basically winning the day. Demonstration. Let's see where that's going to take place. What track? It's going to be on the number 5 track, which is, okay, on the Russia track. What box? On the number 4 box. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's a +1. Da. There he is. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's +1 to any die rolls on that track. Disaster. Okay. Let's draw a disaster. Looks like the Warsaw Pact. Is it another revolution? Yeah. Random revolution. Let's roll. And we've rolled a 6. Oh, 6 has gone. So actually, there is no revolution this turn. Okay. Caucasus goes down 1. Good job, we were pushing them back last time. CPSU goes up 1. Good. Okay. Like it. Military might, though, comes down 1. That's not good. It's on the last box. Look, marked by an X. And we get 3 efforts plus G2. So we get a total of 5 efforts. Let's go. Let's try and push back military might. 2 or more. And we roll a 3. For good measure, let's take it back 1 more. 3 or more. And, oh dear, we rolled a 2. Let's try again. 3 or more. We've rolled a 3. Okay. Okay. 1 effort left. We've got to keep trying for these guys. I'm going to go for Caucasus again. 5 or more. And we rolled a 4. That's no good. So that's the last of our efforts. And we will leave it there because we are reasonably safe, he said. We've got no X's covered up, so no more defections. Let's draw our next card. Okay, Russia declares sovereignty. Whoa! June 1990, the vast Russian Federative SSR declared its own sovereignty within the USSR. A separate Communist Party of Russia was set up, and it's still a legal party in Russia today and gets about 15% of the votes. Wow. Okay, so move the time marker. We're in spring. Let's try Gorby. 5 or 6. And we've got a 2. No, he's staying where he is. Demonstration. Okay. 5. That's that. It's this track. Yeah, it's Russia again. See, at the moment, we've got a +1 marker on there. Let's see where it's going to go. It's going to go in the 2 box. 1, 2. So it would be a minus marker, which cancels out that plus marker. So merely that plus marker comes off. Shucks. Okay. Russia comes down. Oh, here we go. Russia comes down 1. All of a sudden, Russia is close. Baltics comes down 1. CPSU comes down 1. Central Asia comes down 1. Oh, crumbs. We're being ganged up upon now. 5-year plan comes down 1. And we get 2 efforts plus G2, 4 efforts. Wow, what's the easiest ones to push away? Central Asia is the easiest one to push away. 3 or more. Oh, no. Okay, but -1 on the die roll because of those demonstrations. We got a 2, so that's no good. 3 efforts left. We got a 5, so it goes back. 2 efforts left. 2 efforts left. The next easiest one to push away is going to be Russia at 4 or more. We got a 1, that's no good. Last effort is a 4. We pushed Russia back 1. We're going to raise more efforts. So let's withdraw the 2nd Guards Tank Army of our forces in Germany, remove them from the DDR for 3 efforts. The Dukakis as POTUS has no effect on our military, thank goodness. So we've now got those 3 more efforts. We've got to try them on the Baltics here. Okay, 3 efforts on the Baltics, 5 or more. 6. Yes. 2 more efforts. 5-year plan, 2 or more. And we rolled a 4. 1 more effort. Let's go 5-year plan again, simply because it's the easiest one to be successful at 3 or more. And we rolled a 5. Okay. Okay, so that's the end of that turn. Next turn. Dictatorship is coming. He makes, Gorbachev in late 1990 makes a decisive right turn. Anyway, first of all, move the time marker. We're now in summer. What's Gorby going to do? 5 or 6, and he leaves the capitalist 3, so he stays where he is. Move 1 Politburo member from support to opposition, if possible. If Shevardnadze is in the support box, he must be the one moved. Shevardnadze is. He's the one moved. Whoa, what a turn up. What a turn up. We've now got 8 in the Politburo box. Russia moves down 1. Caucasus moves down 1. We get no efforts except for Gorby 2. 2 efforts. Tidy these up. Well, I say tidy these up, what I mean is push them away. Okay, so we've got just 2 efforts. Okay, danger, danger, danger. We've got real danger here and real danger here for coup attempts. So let's try and push that one away. 4 or more. We've got just 2 efforts. We've got a 3. By the way, I didn't mention it before. Let's say, you see that -1 marker, demonstrations taking place in Moscow. If that wasn't there, the Moscow box gives us a +1 against the box's immediate adjacent. So that would have been a 4 to push that back. However, the Niet demonstration marker negates that. So first of our 2 efforts failed. Let's try 1 more. 4 or more. And we got a 1. We failed. We desperately need more efforts. Withdraw the last of our forces from East Germany. The 1st Guards Tank Army. It's going to give us 4 efforts. Powerful chit, that one. So 4 efforts. We're going to keep going. 4 or more. And we have a 5. Pushed it away. Onto this people marker here. 5 or more. And we've got 3 efforts left. A 1. Next one. A 4. Come on, last effort. A 4. All those efforts failed. KGB or one of the Warsaw Pact countries. See, the thing is, if we use our Sinatra doctrine and allow these to do it their way, DDR, then Russia will move down 1, military will move down 2. We don't want that to happen. Poland, 5-year plan down and CPSU down. doesn't really get us anywhere. Czechoslovakia, Russia down, and 5-year plan down. At every turn, we're shooting ourselves in the foot. KGB, let's try one more. That gives us one effort. Okay? However, the last, because we're using KGB, the last of our support deserts us in the Politburo. One effort to get 5 or more. And it was a 3. So that's no good. There, because that finished in the box marked X, there's no more support that could desert us. It's already deserted us, and the KGB markers have been used. It's the end of that turn. Next turn, and it could be our final turn, war on the empire. Okay. Move the time marker. It's now autumn 1990. Demonstration. Let's see where that's going to go. The 3 box, which is here. In which box? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be a plus. So that they cancel each other out. Take that one off. Okay, that's mildly useful. Next thing is disaster. Draw another disaster from the disaster cup. What more can befall us, for goodness sake? What's this? Bigots in power. See that? Disaster, bigots in power. Now then, that means we take 2 dice this time. That means we roll a die. If we roll a 6, nothing happens. Anything else, any other number, it'll pick a path, and that path will move down 2. This could be our final roll. Okay, so we want a 6. And we've got ourselves a 5, which is the Russia box. And Russia box moves down 2. 1, 2. It's a coup. It's a coup, guys. So this is where we now take 2 dice. No more messing about. Roll 2 dice. And I rolled a 6. Okay, and if you remember, if the roll is equal to or less than the numbers in opposition, the coup succeeds. I could only have beaten the coup on a roll of 10 or more. I rolled a 5. It's lower than the number of members in opposition. The opposition wins. The coup attempt is successful. Well, that's it. We lost the battle in the autumn of 1990. We didn't have far to go. Maybe next time, I just might beat this game. I'm certainly going to have a real good go. I've had great fun. I love the politics of this time. I love the history of it. Of course, I remember it fairly well. And this game is so thematic. It reminds us, with the personalities, with the disasters and the events, it reminds us of those times and allows us to replay them in our mind. Thanks very much for watching. It's been absolutely great. Please like if you possibly can. Please subscribe. It's really going to help me a lot if you can do that. So, thanks very much. See you next time. I've just got to make sure that I pick up all of the counters and don't let anyone escape.